The Halo universe is filled with wonder, mystery, and fascinating discoveries around every corner. With so much to explore, four friends decided it was about time that they booted up their consoles and discussed this universe that has grabbed their attention since childhood. JumperScape Audio kindly welcomes you to join them in the library.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The Library, the show where we talk about Halo lore. And today we're talking about Halo Wars.
Whoa, the TV's gone.
Yeah, what about it?
It was gone last week, too.
I wasn't here last week.
No.
I know.
I'm back, everyone.
But the TV's not.
The TV's not back. I'm back.
The TV will never be back unless we find a really good use for it. Although if you really...
Having like Halo 2's menu playing in the background was kind of a vibe.
It was kind of cool.
But it made a noise.
The noise was easy to filter out, but...
Unless you're Cheyenne.
Yes, that is true. But the big problem there was, of course, one, Cheyenne, and two, the Xbox not really working. Hey, you know, gentlemen, or ladies, anyone who's watching the show, you know, if you got a spare original Xbox and you just really want to help out, just mail me your... No, don't do that.
Unless you have one you really don't use.
Do you not want your children to experience history? Please send us your Xbox.
You're going to get like 6 same size boxes the next time you go to the P.O. box, and they're all just going to be original Xboxes.
So we're going to start hoarding original Xbox.
I would take care of all of them. I've got people to actually clean these things, make sure they're good. Which, hey, speaking of the community, JumperScape.com, go there, do that, do the things there. There's so many things to see there. There's a calendar that you can download there.
Go see all of the things.
Yes.
There?
Huh?
There?
Yeah.
There's also merch, isn't there?
There is there.
There's a lot of it, isn't there?
There's a lot there.
A lot.
There's also ways to support us there because none of this is cheap. There.
You had to work it in somehow, some way.
There are ways to join the community on Discord. There are ways to support us on Patreon and Coffee and doing all sorts of other stuff that you can interact with. There's always stuff that's being added to it. The Chatternet page is going to get updated pretty soon because Chatternet has been doing really well, and we need to update it so that you guys know what the schedule is, because I'm assuming that there's quite a few of you that have no idea what it is. So I'll help you guys out, no problem. But otherwise, thank you guys for calling in on Chatternet and also for calling in here on Library, which was something that I was not expecting.
Oh, people finally used it.
They did indeed. And there are like 5 of them.
What do the people have to say?
A lot of things, but I have to go through the rest of my stuff first because I don't have the voicemail pulled up. So now before we get to the voicemail, because I do want to get there, glitch energy. It is a great little thing that has actually helped me out recently, because recently your boy was pressed. He was like, man, I don't have a freaking recovery drink while I'm out here working out. I'm upset. I'm going to feel like crap. I'm so worried. And then I realized I had a bottle of or a tub of Glitch's recovery stuff, and that was lovely. So highly recommend. It is a great little product. We actually also got a testimonial. Someone in our general chat was talking about how Glitch, they have ADHD, and normally caffeine helps with that stuff, but it wasn't quite helping them. So they got Glitch Energy to try it out, and Glitch Energy helps perfectly fine. So maybe you got that going on. We can help you out. Code Connor141, spelled
CONNOR 141
at checkout. Get you a little bit of a discount. Help us out because we are trying to work with them to make some history here. I want to make a freaking soda stream capable syrup for Glitch Energy so that we can actually have a real carbonated energy drink. Can you tell me any make at home carbonated energy drinks?
I don't know. I don't have a soda stream.
Wow.
You're supposed to say no.
So here's the wild thing. The freaking voicemail is not in the folder that it would originally was. So while I ask Kyle to send me it real quick, personally, we can just get started with what we're doing today, because we got a lot of stuff to do today.
And I'll get started with this McDouble. Don't watch me.
You're
Wow,
gonna have
you
to read
eat
here
funny.
at any moment. You know what? You're supposed to start. How about that?
My mouth is full.
Yeah. I know it is. I know.
It was full of McDouble. Just give me a minute.
I think actually maybe he sent it to me personally already.
have
You know what? Knowing Kyle, he probably did. Let me take a look. 'Cause I'm gonna bet that he did. But anyway, while I'm looking through all of this, some exciting stuff here. We are going to be going through Halo Wars black boxes and Halo Wars 2's Phoenix logs, because quite a few people aren't actually aware for some reason that, Halo Wars has a built-in Halo timeline. It was the first time that we ever got to see something like that happen in game, where we had a in-universe timeline of events spanning from before 2525 to into the war and well after. It's fantastic, and these black boxes were little extra tidbits that you can sprinkle into the timeline so you knew exactly what was going on at all times. Is this the voicemail? Because it'd be kind of cool if it was.
So awesome.
Yes, it is. I got it. Okay. All right. We have the freaking voicemail. Everyone shut up, because I'm gonna why can't I need to download it, I think, because it won't let me just rewind it. It won't let me rewind it. It won't let me rewind it. Why?
As we listen to Austin have a meltdown, you must remember, we like to have fun here.
This thing is stupid. Okay, I'm just going to let it play out because I can't rewind it, so I have to wait 40 seconds for it to end so I can hit play
How
again.
long is this voicemail?
It's a minute long. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is from a long-time listener, though, so we have to.
No,
Yeah.
we do.
Okay.
We do.
Here, I got this. Not that one.
Oh yeah, you weren't here for this last week.
Oh, green apple.
We were sent licorice.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fun.
We were sent licorice and chocolate and a Halo philosophy book.
I don't do too much.
Chocolate!
I don't do too much.
I don't.
reading.
The chocolate's not for you.
You guys can have the philosophy book.
Your chocolate's for me and Cheyenne.
We didn't get any chocolate.
Blueberry, apple, strawberry.
Can someone send a chocolate that's not for Austin?
People are just watching. I was gonna say people are just watching us eat.
Let's see it.
We're not saying anything.
Okay.
No, I'm sure he's going to edit some of this out, right?
No.
Oh, boy.
Voicemail.
Hello, I am known as Laznor online. Not to say my real name if this gets played on air.
It will.
You guys in the
Currently
community of JumperScape know me as Don Lays.
Yeah, we do.
Sorry about not writing the other chapters of that book.
You're fine.
Whatever.
Life's gotten busy. I am calling in for the library Halo Lorecast. I just wanted to say how awesome it is that you guys have all built this, and I want to try to do something of the similar likes. I actually have my own podcast that I'm not going to plug because it is really poor quality.
Plug it. Plug
You
it.
guys kind of inspired me to do it
We're inspiring.
with my friends, and I just wanted to say that it's been great listening to you guys since probably about episode 30.
Dang.
So just wanted to call in. Also, Austin was begging because he said that
I was not begging.
needed to use the phone line.
First of all,
This has been Laznor, and thank you for putting me on air. And I may call in again. I don't know. It depends on what happens. Bye.
what do you mean what happens?
Call in again and make the voicemail 3 seconds long, and it's just your podcast name. Like, just get close to the mic, blah, 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 blah. Whatever.
I promise
Can I-
Kyle will know.
Can I try a bite of everyone's licorice? Thank you.
Since you said it in the most disturbing way possible, Connor, yes, of course you can.
I just want to try everything out. You
Why'd you
guys,
have to say it like that, though?
you guys have this little licorice party without me.
That is the weirdest thing you've ever said.
This is the classic red. This is the stuff that
He already
Twizzlers
has
are.
one of those.
So, I already
Oh.
got one.
Honestly, that's what I've been chomping on.
Oh my gosh, James.
There, I got it.
All right, Halo Wars.
Halo
Why are they
Wars.
this color?
Because they're red.
Red.
Classic red, always good.
I'm saying, how much artificial color do Twizzlers be putting in there?
Blasted berry.
Twizzlers.
Red 40. Cancer.
Pretty good too.
No.
Let's go ahead and try out the green one real quick.
Connor reviews.
This is not food review.
Not bad.
Legit food review. No one knows that reference.
I'm big.
Oh gosh, not him.
I know that one. I know that one.
Okay. I'll get us kicked off.
Super official.
And then you guys can figure out who goes next.
Whoever sent this,
No,
thank
let's just
you.
go.
I wasn't here to thank you, but I'm thanking you now.
Let's just go. Like, I'll go next. Then I'll be Connor, James, and we'll go that
Yeah,
way.
but what if James tries to usurp your authority?
Oh, fucking
I'm
care.
going next.
We're on black boxes.
Okay, well, now
Yes.
I want you because you're so disrespectful.
No. No,
I
I'm going
said
next.
I didn't care.
It's gonna be fun.
You're so disrespectful. All right.
Stay with Master Chief. He'll know what to do.
I hate it here.
You love it. Here.
So we'll tell you where to find these if you want to find them for yourself. But otherwise, we are using Halopedia to get all the information nice and rounded up. I checked personally to make sure that these were accurate. They are. So thank you, Halopedia, for making this information easy to remember. Because this sort of stuff gets forgotten all the time. So you guys are awesome for what you do. We kick off, of course, with Halo Wars 1, Mission 1 Alpha Base. Basically, when you go back to the last bridge that you crossed before reaching Alpha Base's gate, look underneath the bridge. There's an overturned Warthog that's got a black box right around it. Just go grab it there. The contents of which include, dated to the 4th of February, 2531. The UNSC support ship Spirit of Fire enters orbit around Harvest. While Admiral Cole's fleet is engaged elsewhere, Spirit is sent to Harvest to investigate ongoing Covenant activity in the system and look for survivors from the missing UNSC destroyer, the Prophecy, previously dispatched to Harvest to investigate the same activity. Commanded by Captain Cutter, Spirit has been reassigned by FleetCom. Oni has placed Professor Anders on board to lead the investigation. So basically, we know why they're there now. These little black boxes are going to help a whole lot in solidifying the context of what happens in Halo Wars 1's campaign. And Halo Wars 2 is going to be a little bit different because Phoenix logs are sort of background information that's a little bit further back, but we'll get to that eventually. Shane!
All right. Mission 2, Relic Approach. Content, February 7th, 2531. Spirit of Fire holds service for the crew of the Prophecy. The crew roster is read despite objections from Oni personnel. The Prophecy was lost with all hands on a first expedition to Harvest to investigate the Covenant interest in the artifact found near the Polar region.
The Polar Express.
The Polar
You got a
Express.
ticket?
Oh, yeah, by the way, by the way, that's on Relic Approach. Once you destroy the power source that's got infantry, the black box is literally right there. It's the easiest one to spot.
What he said.
Connor!
Mission 3, Relic Interior. The black box is located right from the beginning of the mission. Simply turn your grizzly tanks around and head in the opposite direction of the objective arrow. Wow. You'll discover a separate pathway winding to the northwest at the very end. Near a crashed Pelican is the crate with an elite and jackal squad. Too many commas at the end there. I don't like that.
Did you want me to read? I just read the mission name and the content. Should we just do that rather than the mission description?
You can summarize where to find the black box. And you don't have to read it word for word, but the most important thing to read word for word is going to be the content. Which, speaking
Content from the Office of High Prophet of Regret. Return at fastest possible speed to the world they know as Harvest. We must learn the secrets inside the Holy Relic before the great journey can continue. The humans must not be allowed to enter the artifact. We will do whatever we must to deny them access. All must be resolute in this task or face punishment.
destroy this holy site. You cannot be. The journey requires sacrifice.
Yeah, I cut someone off for once. How'd it feel?
Mission 4, can you just get your scroll faster, much more point in base?
Dude, what?
What?
Bro, can you read like a normal human being?
I wanted you to just stop it. Can you read?
No, just playback speed 0.5.
Oh, like freaking
What were you trying
hoodwinking
to
the world.
Mission 4,
0.75.
Arcadia City. Scroll past the westernmost base directly north of it. There's a column.
Oh man,
It's-
we were moving slowly.
Yeah.
Gosh. Let me go ahead.
My immersion.
Content. 20th of July. 20th
of July.
Why was there a pause?
Are you gonna let me read? Okay.
Are you gonna read like a Neanderthal again?
This is why I did this.
Captain Alexander, the last civilian captain of the Spirit of Fire, retires from active duty at the conclusion of the Verant mission. I'm bad at pronouncing. The ship is requisitioned by the UNSC and scheduled for refit.
Verant was an outer colony planet, by the way.
I am 26 and can read. That's for me too.
Oh yeah. Well,
I messed up a word altogether.
is it my turn again?
It's your turn again.
Mission 5, Arcadia Outskirts. Did you say where you get the black box in that mission, James?
Yeah.
You read it.
Okay. So anyway, Arcadia Outskirts, basically halfway between your original base and the northern base, the one that's the Covenant base is farthest away from you. There's this reactor you can take on the left-hand side that you can use for an extra tech level. Just take that around the crates there. You'll find another little bit of a black box for you to collect. The 1st of September, 2520, before the war even began, Spirit of Fire completes an extensive refit at the Reach orbital shipyards before entering active military duty as a ground support vessel initially detailed with providing ground support for Operation Trebuchet. Basically, Spirit of Fire was involved in numerous war crimes. Let's go, chat.
Hell yeah. All right. Mission 6, Dome of Light. Wait until you place the third Rhino across the broken bridge using the transport power. Before leaving the area to concentrate on other tasks, check the western shadows for a short separate path. The crate is there.
The crate is there.
Content. From the Office of the High Prophet of Regret.
What's yapping?
I won't read. I just won't read.
I was talking about regret, not
I was
you.
gonna say, I'm like, you told me to read this.
Yo, just keep
Talk to the gym.
This guy sounds like the battle pass.
Son of a... From the Office of the High Prophet of Regret. Arbiter, you are the hand of the Covenant, my hand. You know what must be done. Return to the surface and capture the human female. The one who managed to make fools of us on Harvest. She is the key to unlocking the secrets of the ancient... Get out of my fucking face.
There's no one here to M key.
It's fine.
Okay.
I'm going to watch back this whole... Have you guys not been seeing... Of course you haven't. No worries.
I'm still 2 episodes behind.
I'm sorry.
I said no worries.
No worries.
Oh, you're not finished?
No,
You want to start from the beginning there?
you're up.
You never said my name. We're playing
Connor.
Turn.
Popcorn to Connor.
There we go.
I'm going to off myself.
Mission 7, Scarab. At the very top of the map, and as far as east from the Scarab as possible, is a small area surrounded by cliffs. Look for the bountiful gathering of shiny blue supplies. You'll find the crate among them. Yes. I took the picture.
Connor doesn't like reading. He just likes looking at the colorful photos.
They are nice.
They are
in
very
color.
nice. Shout out to Halopedia.
We make reading the Halopedia look fun.
Who made Halopedia?
I think 1 or 2 very nerdy men in 2005.
I don't think they're from the US because the way they lay out the date on these.
The Halopedians are mostly UK.
That makes sense here. Now let me say the date correctly. February 9th, 2531. After engaging Covenant forces on the surface of Harvest, the UNSC vessel Spirit of Fire arrives at Arcadia, only to find that the Covenant are already there attacking the colony. Damn it! Spirit's ground forces assist in the excavation and help fight the Covenant to a standstill on the surface of the planet. That's it. Thanks for the ringtones.
You're welcome. It's to set the mood.
As you're doing your own mood on your own, and then there's just a ringtone.
The ambiance.
The ambiance. And anyway, James, mission 8? Mission 8.
Mission 8.
Anders
Signal.
Bro's giving his best Liam Neeson right now.
Directly southeast of the base. On a 3-ringed plateau is the crate.
I hear. I've never seen someone puff a freaking vape like that. That is
Content.
cursed.
Bro's trying to make sure he gets the date right.
10th of February.
Nah.
25. 31.
Hey, Liam Neeson, hurry it up.
The capture of Professor Anders forces Captain Cutter's hand.
He's the freaking ODST from
Spare the fire.
from Midlothian.
Shut the up.
He is the ODST from Midlothian.
Spare the fire. Pursues the enemy into Covenant space. The ship's AI projects an arrival at their destination in 312 hours. The ship remains on high alert for the duration. Though non-essential crew members
Bro went for a vape break and paused.
are briefly placed in cryosleep.
Please, I will
I
give
thought
you
that
2
was fun.
cents to not read like that.
I thought that was fun.
It was.
It
we
was
got a
fun.
good laugh.
It was
got a good
We
laugh.
got a laugh out of it.
I want an Anakin Skywalker.
Now I will
next.
never hit a vape like that again.
Please
just
don't.
Did it not feel cursed to do?
I thought it would have been more cursed if I went.
just like this really intense dude.
You see, like that's the closest effect I could get to smoking a stogie in your basement,
Yeah,
and I'm not going to do
Yeah.
that
yeah.
in the studio.
Mission
In the
9, the
stew.
flood. When you go to the west side of the map, there are some flood structures there. Take them out. The box is there. Just do that.
Put him down.
Yes. Content is available. The 6th of February, 2531, Professor Anders writes her father what appears to be a detailed analysis of Homer's Odyssey. What a nerd. In fact, it is a coded message detailing her mission to harvest and the result of the find there. Oni sensors miss the cipher completely, and the message passes unaltered to her father. What does this mean? What does this imply? Nothing. Nothing comes of it. But it does tell us that Oni can be stupid too.
No way.
Let us all take that away as the lesson.
Up next, Mission 10,
Oh my gosh.
Shield World. All right. Team Bravo is blocking the path to the black box. Rescue them, and any unit can collect it or fly a Hornet over, drop down for the crate.
Any
Content.
unit.
Any unit.
Any unit.
All units. Content.
All units.
Content, February 14th, 2531. Serena.
Oh, it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah, this is actually directly related to it.
Oh.
Serena, knowing if you'd let me fucking read. Serena, knowing that the crew may be on a one-way trip, manufactures and delivers fake emails from family members to the crew celebrating Valentine's Day. She uses previous correspondence as a basis for the letters. No one ever suspects her of this deception.
Now, this is what ChatGPT eventually will evolve into.
Mimicking your relatives.
It already has.
We already have that.
Yes, I've had a full-length conversation with myself about philosophy. I'm kind of an idiot.
I would love to talk to myself. It'd be
You know, we have great times with that, Connor, so you would probably love it. Next is freaking...
Can you make a Connor AI?
I could, yeah.
Now there are two of them.
Just the description of the AI: head empty, caffeine, must live circles.
CTE.
Just be like, hey Connor, how you doing? It goes,
Boulder.
Gravity hammer.
I like
Monkey.
chocolate pudding.
Chocolate
Chocolate
pudding.
pudding's not bad.
With whey protein.
The good news is that we have plenty of
Something
audio of Connor speaking thanks to this show, so I should be able to pull that off. Next is cleansing. One of my favorite missions because it's so easy to freaking cheese. Just get a bunch of hornets and then just fly them out of the map. They won't get zapped. It's so freaking easy. Basically on the western flank of the ship, on a slope part of the fence, there it is.
Isn't it Shane's turn? Okay.
No, Shane just went.
You did?
Yeah, no, I'm getting.
This man's just not paying
Oh,
attention.
so it's Connor's turn.
Yeah.
Shane doesn't get the understanding of popcorn.
No, we're not doing popcorn. We're going in.
I'm just wrong.
It's you.
I was confused because he was reading, and I was like, "Wait, he just went."
Yeah.
I haven't gone
No, we
again.
said we're doing popcorn.
No,
Okay, so Connor, I already read where to find it. So just do mission 11 content, starting with the edict.
edict. I sound like there was more to that sentence. Starting with the edict.
There is more to that sentence. I'm looking at it.
Please tell me.
I can't wait to hear Connor say edict.
Edict of the Office of the High Prophet of Tolerance. Hear now that 500 teams are to be formed to study the language of the unclean.
The High Prophet of Tolerance study the language of the unclean.
Hey, Loki goes hard though. It goes so hard.
Each team to consist of the most clever and most educated Ungoy and Sangheili. These teams to speak only to the unclean language among themselves.
Why is this the first time I've heard this terminology? I love it.
The unclean language will be taught to all military strike team that the foe shall be vulnerable.
A little bit of extra bit about that. The grunts were the first to learn the human language because they're actually really intelligent.
Yes, it's just
They don't live long enough.
It's well, I was gonna say it's also just like thousands of years of like inbreeding.
Oh yeah, that too.
That has killed their intelligence.
But also they're very fast learners. They die as children most of the time, basically.
Most of the time they're communicating.
What's the life expectancy?
Not very
long. It's decently long, but a
Naturally,
lot of them
it's
just
long.
die.
Naturally, it's long.
It's about the same as us, roughly. But the thing with grunts is that they're not unintelligent. They just sound stupid. They say weird things.
Inbreeding.
But that's the thing. Like,
So they say
kind of, but no, because you can just generate them from nothing.
They say weird things in English, probably because it's not their first language.
Now the elites, those guys have no excuse.
Yeah.
Why are they talking like Shakespeare?
Because they're gorgeous.
Thank you, James. This is
Mission
why I cast you as elites and everything.
Mission 12, repairs.
You can only guess what this mission is about.
Repairing.
It is so boring. Just make a bajillion of the... Oh man, what are they called? The mechs. Make a bajillion of them. It'll repair it in seconds.
This is on the northern flank, the southern tip of the ship. Tucked close to the outer fence. You'll need an air unit to get to it.
Air units.
Excerpt from The Punished Deeds, Volume 3. The shield world that Regret intended to activate was one of just a few that the Covenant had uncovered in the quest for the Halos. These treasure chests of technology enabled the Covenant to quickly gain access to advanced weaponry and space propulsion systems, allowing them to dominate the galaxy.
I'm reading about the Punished Deeds, and this, I genuinely want this to be a real... Listen, there's not enough freaking franchises that do that thing where they're like, here's this thing that exists in the canon universe, and then they make it real. Like, there's a rock band canonically called V, like VEE. I want to know what they sound like. Freaking Cyberpunk did it. Samurai. It's a good freaking band. The actual band that made those songs, I don't actually like them. I don't like their sound, but them with Samurai.
Could you quit whining and read?
Popcorn. Wow. I'm done.
I was trying to be a smart ass and he couldn't get it out. No, but for real, read.
Brain stopped working.
Beachhead. Don't be such a beach.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go home. Connor, you can take my spot later for voice acting.
This is much better. This is a much better time than last week, though. Last week was Austin reading and me and Shane going.
Yeah, next time we need a campfire for that. So on this map, basically northeast edge, I'm going to read this almost verbatim because this map is really big and I don't want to try to direct you on this one. Northeast east edge of the map, go to the middle of that edge. On the very high and flower-covered cliff is the crate. So usually you can use a ground unit or you can do an air unit because that'll be quicker.
We're far enough in for this for me to say, honestly, just like look up a guide video.
They're way easier.
This is probably not going to help you that much.
No. So the 23rd of February, 2531. So still following the campaign. Spirit of Fire arrives at an uncharted planet swarming with strange alien life forms. Within a day, the ship is drawn into the planet's interior, where the crew confronts the Covenant and eventually rescues Professor Anders. Genuinely, shout out to freaking Halo Wars for having shield worlds before anyone in Halo even considered them to be a thing, because 343 was the one that brought up the idea of the shield worlds. And this one just, it's cool. I like it. I'm trying to remember the name of the freaking shield world because it's a really nice planet, but I don't know what I'm just gonna real quick. I need to know. I need to know for myself. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna look up shield worlds because I always forget it. I remember everything else. I can remember Genesis. I can remember Onyx. I can remember all these different things. But when I get to the freaking Halo Wars one, I always forget it because I suck at this. It is called. Where is it actually? Where in the world? Was it not? That's not it. That's not it. I don't remember, guys. You figure it out for me. I don't know. Maybe while you're reading, I'll just shout it out. You can go.
Okay. I'm on 15, right?
You're on 14.
Throw me another red licorice.
Austin just read Beachhead.
Okay, so I'm on 14.
Yeah, because he made the beach
Here,
joke.
James, take this. All right. Mission 14, Reactor. This crate is hidden.
Reactor improved.
This crate is hidden southwest of the first Covenant base and the possible location of your second UNSC base. It's an raised grass rectangle bordered by metal, and you'll need an air unit to get there. Content.
Trove. It was called Trove.
You're rude.
I said I was going to do this.
I'm going to my dressing room.
I at least said I was going to do it.
I'm going to my dressing room. I can't work in these conditions.
When did you put a dressing room
Now
in?
I'm
Why
just
didn't you tell
picturing
me?
Shane with one of those mirrors with the light bulbs on it, just like going.
I walk in.
Draws a smiley face on it.
Oh, God. No.
The room is decorated with various Lightning McQueen things.
I got the reference. Don't worry. I got the reference. Content. March 1st, 2531. Chief Engineer Prescott finishes his assessment of the damage to the Spirit of Fire and repairs continue to the hull. The FTL core reactor cannot be replaced and plans to manufacture a spare from base reactor units considered impossible. The decision is made to run the ship on a skeleton crew and place the rest in suspended animation.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
I was trying to do signs, but Jimmy was in the way.
All right. Connor, you're up.
I wouldn't know what they meant anyway.
Anyway, Connor, you're doing the last mission of the campaign. Please try as hard as you can.
I do the first one of the next one?
Yeah, you guys save the best
Yes.
for last.
Wow.
Yes, we did.
All right.
You and the mission.
Mission what? Mission 15. Escape. Like I'm about to do.
Escape.
What?
What?
Huh?
What are you?
Compared to the skull, this is very easy. Just take your warthog from the original base, drive north, go to the blue ring. You'll see the crate from a very obvious location.
Stupid.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just taunting you. Like, what if someone goes there and doesn't find it?
Then that's on us, you know. Well, no, it's on Halopedia. We're just
That's what I'm
copying.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's not our fault. We didn't
No.
edit that crap.
No, it's in a very obvious location. Like, I better go there, and it just better be right in front of me.
Content. Thanks to Sergeant Forge's sacrifice, Spirit of Fire escapes from the Forerunner shield world. Spirit of Fire sets a course for home as the majority of the crew prepares to enter cryosleep for a journey that will take years, if not decades.
Oh.
What was that?
He was trying to be cool.
They were gone
Continue.
for 29
That was
years, roughly.
Oh.
They were gone for a long time. And then they showed up over the Ark somehow. Somehow the Ark returned. Anyway, that's Halo Wars. Pretty much, as you can see, it's kind of just a general context of what's going on in the campaign itself, with a sprinkling of fun little things, such as the book that's being written by a Essentium scribe, which I really... Listen, I'm just saying, make the book real. It's going to be cool. Just write the book. Everyone wants to know more about Sentium and their weird philosophies. I really do.
Make a short video out of it afterwards.
I'll do that. It's okay. I got you.
I don't like reading.
Well, here we are about to read some more, Connor.
Oh my
Well,
god!
I can have
Yeah, these are wordy.
I can have fun with this.
What are you talking about? They're like a paragraph.
No, this has 6 pages.
You don't read. No, they're each individual entries.
We're going to Phoenix Slugs now.
Oh,
They're categorizing it easier this way. They're each one paragraph.
I thought each mission was like one.
No.
I see. Some of these are really long.
They're just a paragraph.
The cartographer's multiple paragraphs.
Oh no.
That's a lot of reading.
You want me to just read all of it?
Not really.
No, let's read.
I was about to say, because that's the alternative.
I was gonna say that's even more boring.
Because there's the thing, there's a lot of people here who have no idea about this lore, who have never read any of it, and they're never going to. So where else are they going to get this?
From Halopedia.
Journal of Nathan J. Palmer, archaeologist Henry Lamb Research Outpost, personal diary date March 16th, 2558. The will and resilience of life never ceases to amaze me. Infinite permutations of bacteria, animals, and plants all exist as a direct result of the endless struggle and adaptation against a hostile universe.
No.
The installation light years from the galactic center is a paragon of that fact.
When you started off as the guy from like narrating Clone Wars slowly into like Shrek.
I lost my spot.
Womp womp.
When we first arrived here.
When we first arrived here,
Oh gosh.
the Ark had suffered great wounds from our war against the Covenant. And so we activated dormant retrieval sentinels and deployed them to strip mine lifeless planets for the minerals needed to repair the installation.
Are you Mishak Maradi?
Say, why are you reading
Like watching
this?
a sleeping giant urge into wakefulness, the reconstruction slowly reached for full automation until we were no longer needed to
Why are you stop?
Now you're Indian.
Read normally.
to
Just
guide
read
the
normal.
sentinels and could simply sit back and record the wonder of a world being reborn.
Awesome. Okay, allow me to read the next one without any mishaps here.
Thank you.
I swear we went through like 6 different
It
dialects.
was impressive. The way that you naturally flowed between them was the impressive part.
I just go until I slip up the accent and it sounds like another accent, then I just keep talking in that accent that it sounded like. That's how that works.
It has been 3 months now since we established the outpost, and each day we wake up to some new shift in our surroundings as its sentinels repair and rebuild the ark around us. I have witnessed dense forests spring up from pit black, barren terrain over the span of a week and monitored a particularly virulent strain of weed checked by the reintroduction of voracious insectoid parasites before it could strangle the budding plants nearby. Basically, this is the research outpost that got absolutely wiped out by apes.
I'm failing to see where you just read any of that.
There's tabs. Each one has multiple different stories in it.
The Healing Wounds 3.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, I just
All right.
figured it out too.
All right. I was super
You
confused.
didn't figure it out.
Because I was
looked
looking
you
at a new
confused and
anime.
went,
All right.
Yeah, you helped me figure it out.
The Healing of Old Wounds 3. My role as an archaeologist has been inverted. Instead of peeling back the layers of the past to reveal hidden truths, I watch and document those layers being placed and marvel at the subtle ambiguities. More than anything, I want to tell my family back home about the wonders I've seen. But for now, I have to be content with news from home until the confidentiality contract is lifted. So much to talk about. We could learn so much here.
Like how to die. They die.
Yeah.
All of them. Every single one of them. All right, Connor, a new bridge to cross one. And you're doing Palmer, so pick one of James's 6 accents.
Oh boy.
just read it.
He did end with a country accent if you want to whip out the cowboy.
Isabel, our new smart AI, has embraced our new home. Wonder with wonder and enthusiasm that matches our own. She is a young AI. That is her first assignment, but even so, her excitement for discovery and investigation is infectious amongst the team. I even caught Brewer, the most jaded of the scientists here, swapping jokes with her while they worked, although we were hesitant and too worldly about admitting it openly. It feels like we're on the cusp of a new era.
Yeah, the one where you die. Okay, James.
I thought that was a pretty good cowboy.
It was good. It was good.
The Human Covenant War
Gosh dang.
often feel impossible to win, or at least would be so prolonged as a race. We would end it exhausted and broken. I'm dyslexic.
Dyslexic.
Retreating back to our town galaxy, cowed by power of a greater enemy. Instead, it proved that there was always hope and that even enemies can become allies.
So true, dude.
Now that the war is over and events have brought us to the Ark, peace reigns and we have the time and resources to unlock some of the mysteries of the Forerunners. We have been mired in war for so long. Perhaps now mankind can focus on self-enrichment for a change.
You missed development.
Okay, fuck you.
Fuck you. All right, don't worry, James. I'll carry on the legacy.
As I have cataloged the marvels of the Ark, I've come to realize it is not simply repairing itself from the ravages of war, but remains remarkably adaptable to change. Only this morning, I watched in awe as giant tectonic plates rearranged, shifted and unfolded to form a new pathway across a chasm. My amazement at the size of these things was only matched by the naturalness of the movements, as graceful as a flower opening in time-lapse. If eons old technology can move with the present, it can adapt and change to work in harmony with the universe, then perhaps we can learn to evolve as well.
That's cool.
Thank you. James thought of it.
Shane, you must now read the graveyard.
No. Oh, you're Nosferatu now. It is actually
Bounce on it.
It's still freaking Nate Palmer. So that's cool. Is he related to? Surely not. He's not related to Sarah.
Palmer's a pretty common last name.
I know, but that's like in Halo. Coincidences happen all the time. I'm just saying. I'm just Anyway,
I'm
Shane.
saying you're right. I've never heard of another John in Halo.
You haven't?
Is there not another one?
There's quite a few.
Like who?
John Forge.
Oh,
Johnson.
I just knew that doesn't count. I didn't know his first
Okay,
name.
am I reading a new enemy?
Yeah, read it.
The Graveyard.
Oh my gosh.
Have fun.
This is great practice because
Palmer, Nathaniel J. Archaeologist, Lamb Research Center.
not a freaking Russian accent.
You're right.
Dude does not have.
I am not doing an accent on all this. Personal diary date, November 20th, 2558. 15 of us managed to escape I love how the attack is just
Okay, I'm going to find out what the attack is real quick.
It's just in blue.
The attack.
I still don't know if anyone else made it out. We were returning from a survey
The
expedition.
Banished attacked them.
We were returning from a survey expedition when we heard the first explosions. I ran back, following the plumes of black smoke rising into the evening sky from just over the bluff. Sounds of UNSC gunfire were soon drowned out by the too familiar whine of plasma weapons, confirming our worst fears. No, Facebook notification, get out of here.
I don't think it's what it says.
No, it's not.
I don't see Facebook.
That was so funny though. He's recording a dialogue just for his records and then Facebook notification.
As
get
we
out of
looked
here.
down at the horror below, we saw several hulking outlines move amongst the shadows. Daryl Hane, I think, brutes. They were everywhere. The air was filled with the smell of burning ozone as a couple of bright electric blue shapes arced their way toward us. We scattered as a plasma blast hit, vaporizing the trees nearby and showering us with ash and debris. We instinctively turned and ran. My ears were ringing and the ground shook, but we somehow managed to stay together. I yelled at everyone to keep moving, to not look back no matter what, but when the firing stopped, I couldn't help myself. I turned around and witnessed the orbital plasma bombardment of our home firsthand. It didn't last long. I didn't need to.
I didn't need to. It probably should have.
It didn't need to.
Freaking typo in Halopedia.
Yep,
you
fix
guys
it.
are getting canceled.
Yep. But the finality of it will be forever seared into my memory. We've been on the run for 3 days now. The grime and smoke and ash clings to our clothes, our hair. We sleep in shifts, but not for... I like paused there and I didn't need to. I thought I was going to keep going. We sleep in shifts, but not for very long. Every sound wakes us with a start, and we expect to see the enemy bearing down on us. We don't know where we're going, but we found some temporary shelter amongst some old wreckage from the last time humanity was here. Skeletons of the past. I can't help but think of the people we left behind. Will the Ark
Dude, my nose is stuffy. What do you want me to do?
I thought you were laughing.
No,
What
I'm
are
not
you
laughing.
snickering about?
My nose is stuffy.
I can't help but think of the people we left behind.
Well, our sniffle around Shane.
Well, or simply clean them away as it repairs itself, as if they never existed, layering fresh grass and fauna over the graves until the scars are no longer visible. They should not be forgotten. I think of you, and I pray we are not at war again.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Rise of Atriox 1, Connor. Oh, dude, you get to be 2 different characters.
I know.
Let's see. D and S. You have to do 2 different voices, dude. I don't even know who D and S is. Let's see. D is... Yeah.
It's the first half of D and the second half of S, like Nintendo. All right.
Yes.
That was bad. Anyways, I don't even know how I'm going to read this. Oni Section 0 board surveillance transcript.
0 time. Sorry.
Internal communications between subjects D and S. February 15th, 2550.
Wow.
0300 hours. Whatever it is you woke me for, it had better be good. I have a 0600 with 0, and I'm going to need my full 4 hours to keep ahead of it.
That makes sense.
Yes, sir. It is one of the ongoing we capture. It is offering information in exchange for a deal. A grunt. Why are you wasting my time? Those things don't know how to tell the truth. Besides, something that far down the chain won't have access to the plans. Not beyond the kitchen duty anyways. You're right, sir. But it's not about the Covenant. The young boy says he was snatched from the Covenant. You remember the attack on the Carter Guard Armory 6 weeks ago? I'm still trying to make up those losses from the fallout. They took everything we had and left no survivors. I've never seen the Covenant take our gear like that before. Are you telling me we have had a splinter group to contend with now? Or we have to... I'm 26 and can read. We have a splinter group to contend with now? Maybe. Whether there are problems too is another matter. I started doing some thinking. I can't do this. And the group's targets seem to be chiefly Covenant. I guess if you hit what you know, huh? Anyway, I pulled the security fence of the raid to get the Ungoy to identify the leader. And with the grunt ID, do we have a visual? Pulling it up now. It's a little blurry. But what you're about to see is the leader, a Ural Hane, fighting a squad of ODSTs. There's a lot of blood, sir. It's not an easy watch. Good lord. He's beating that OTSD with... Do we even have a name? We do, sir. From the Ungoy. Since his name is Atriox. Make sure no one else talks to that grunt. I want this compartmentalized. I can't do it with these voices. Some of the Oni will see this as a problem that needs to be fixed, not an opportunity. Find out all you can do on this. Atriox, keep me informed. That hurt my head. Between laughing and just trying to keep my composure and properly reading, that hurt.
These characters come back. We have to keep the voices.
I'm going to keep them going. All right, James. Speaking of consistent voices, Palmer's back.
It's been 2 months since the attack on our crew. As atrophied. What?
Atrophied
to 8. 4 disappearances in one night. While the rest of us slept.
Hey, John Swanson.
Each of them.
We have so much to read.
Each of them had argued with us that week
normally,
about returning to the base. It'd be easier if he didn't shout.
Oh my God.
I forgot. I lost my place.
To the base to see
if they could reopen the portal. But I can hope they left in the night to go back without us. 3, we lost to thirst and hunger and the elements. I am ashamed to notice that our smaller group is now more manageable. Finding food and water is easier with fewer mouths to feed. During this time, the invaders have not been idle. Yesterday, we stumbled upon what seems to be some kind of transport route. Moving resources they are mining to supply their forces. The lanes sprawl out across the land like a spider web, with all the grace and aesthetics of a foreigner design. We rested and argued for a while about which direction to head in. There was a real danger that we accidentally stumbled upon an enemy base. But what could also lead to supplies and perhaps even a vehicle we could not steal. We're hungry and exhausted and cannot last much longer in the wild. One of us, Brewer, said as much, and not for the first time, raved about surrendering. We thought we had to talk to him.
We were at Palpatine at one point.
About out of it, but the next morning he had gone. If he had successfully surrendered, he could have given away our position. So we had no choice but to start moving immediately. We took cover, but to avoid the trees, because I have seen strange shimmers and the movement amongst them, I am scared and tired and want to give up. But that won't get me back to you.
This is all one character, by the way.
Brother's got issues. He's just got something going on.
Bro just has the voices in his head.
Okay, here we go. Next up with Rise of Atriox 2.
Oh.
Only Section 0 board surveillance transcription of internal communications between subjects D and S.
Oh, we get to hear those again.
Dated for November 17th, 2550. So months later. Sir, did you receive the report on Codename Slow Dive? I thought you should see it.
I did, although I'm not sure why I'm looking at it. Hit and run, neutralize Covenant forward outpost. Break it down for me. What am I missing? Why is this an Oni concern? Did we lose anything vital?
No, sir. In fact, we suffered no casualties at all. When the team arrived at the outpost, it had already been wiped out. Every Covenant dead, every weapon and vehicle gone. The only vehicles left look to have been sabotaged.
That sounds like he's going to make me happy with his hologram mouth.
I think you're happy with my hologram mouth. Please get this man out of my face.
Cross lines happen all the time. I take it you've already had a discreet poke around the other departments. Did we have a Spartan Black Ops mission there?
No one's heard a peep, sir, and I was very thorough. I've annotated the report for you. The ballistics report confirms the majority of the damage came from Spiker's brute weapons. Remember our discussion about Atriox?
You think this could be his work? What did that Groton call them? The Banished? Still out there, are they?
Once I saw the ballistics report, I requested the last 6 months of mission reports, under a proxy, of course, and I believe I found other similar incidents. 5 months ago, a rookie Marine trips an alarm during a mission against a Covenant training camp. The team dig in, fearing the worst, but no Covenant troops respond. The team sweep the camp only to find a few dead Sangheli in a warehouse. Everything else is gone. Vehicles, weapons, even the rest of the Covenant that were stationed there. Once I started looking to find 5 other similar cases, all against Covenant targets.
So he's not just stealing armaments, he's recruiting. At the moment, he's still using guerrilla tactics, which means he's still small time. Still, I'm impressed he's still alive. If he's got a grudge against the Covenant, we may be able to use his attacks to our advantage, coordinate our operations with his raids. See if you can find a pattern. I want us to follow him more closely. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find. Who knows? We may be able to come to some kind of agreement. Okay, Shane, this is a woman talking.
No. 130, Alice 130, report number 1. Spartan Alice 130, Spirit of Fire, Red Team, date March 28th, 2559. This is Senior Chief
That
Petty.
sounds nothing like her.
Man, the testosterone in this woman's voice is nuts.
The augmentations, the testosterone in her body. It made
I don't think she sounded like that.
the testosterone in her body. This is Senior Chief Petty Officer Alice 130 recording status report operating comms silent. I managed to hold them off as long as I could while the Pelicans carried out Jerome and Douglas, and once they were cleared, I spotted a ghost, commandeered it, and made for the nearest portal. There was a brute coming through from the other side, and I have to admit, his surprised expression as he bounced off the front of my ghost was very satisfying. My God.
Okay, Alice, I see you.
All right. The portal transported me a couple of clicks away from the main forest, so I stashed the ghost in a nearby cave and took up a watch. After a couple of hours perched in a small indent of a cliff face, the hostiles had moved on. A caravan detachment had captured some of our troop from back at the outpost and were taking off in another direction of the main force. So I've been tracking them, maintaining calm silence until it's safe to contact the Spirit of Fire. One more thing. Although the hostile forces consisted of both Ungoy and Jerohane soldiers, they're not kitted out like any I've seen before. The taking of prisoners is unusual behavior for the Covenant. It's unclear yet whether this is some kind of subfaction or new enemy force. I will continue to make and log these reports until contact is reestablished. Alice 130, signing off.
That was shortly after the first, it is the first mission of the campaign where Alice just sacrifices herself and you think she dies, but she doesn't. So that kind of explains a little bit for you guys who might have played that campaign and had no idea what happened there. Wow. The first casualty.
Yep.
No, that's the best flavor.
I've been killing them.
Apparently they used to be available here, according to my mom. I told her about these, and so she's like, "Oh yeah, Walgreens used to have them."
Shane, did you just
How many
use up
pieces?
the rest of your calorie
Let's say, how many
deficit?
pieces did you have?
Probably did.
You're probably
There's 90
over.
calories per 3 pieces.
This was my dinner. Shit.
Is it 3 pieces?
yeah.
Oh, 90 calories
it
per
is.
3 pieces?
Yeah.
3, yeah.
Oh, I probably burned about 200
At
calories.
least get like one chicken breast in today.
Oh, yeah. So I'm eating dinner regardless.
All right, Connor, you're up next. You have to put on a Sangheli voice for me.
I don't know. This dude's name is Orda. I'm like, what's an Orda voice?
Blah. My name is Orla Valsaham.
Wasn't the big zombie in Cold War named Orda? Or am I thinking of something else?
You're asking the wrong people, brother.
I've never.
If anyone would know, you would know.
I'm pretty sure that was his name.
Well, then put on his voice.
It's a towering 30-foot zombie made
Put
of
on his
just
voice.
Connor goes,
hundreds of thousands of zombies.
yeah.
Sam! All right. How I got my ancestors would envy me. I have walked within the cavernous corridors of the fabled cartographers on the Ark. A place long considered only in legends. I feel strong emotions here, for so much history of our race is intrinsically bound up in it. But those emotions are none of those of my ancestors. No longer do I feel the religious vengeance or feel humbled in the presence of the ancestors' structures and monuments. Gone is the comforting certainty of a shared destiny and the peace and connection between brothers that comes with it. Instead, when I close my eyes and breathe in the air around me, I smell only machines. I remember how many hundreds of thousands of our warriors fell, how many were sacrificed for a journey that never existed.
Damn.
I feel anger and deep sorrow for a race that has lost its way. Even now, long after the prophet's lies have been revealed, the ripples of that revelation continue. I have become estranged from my family, who even after the truth has come to light, refuse to fully renounce the ancient doctrines I have brought shame upon our name by offering up my blade alongside my brothers. For hire. Battle and conflict is in our blood, our very way of life. And that is only truth I can find. I cannot wait for another holy war. Not will I be duped again. With Atriox there are no lies. He speaks like a warrior. He wished to break free from the yoke of the prophets. So he did. Would that we had joined him earlier. Now he offers us a way to keep our ship and crew together And I can think of nothing more truthful to fight for right now. And I can think of nothing more truthful to fight for right now. The shipmaster brought us... the shipmaster brought us, though, the war in this place alive where so many others have perished. He asked us to follow him once more, and I will.
I do love these perspectives of the elites kind of trying to figure out what to do. Speaking of that, Covenant Canon, James, you might be interested in this one. Covenant Canon is actually going to be doing a overview of various characters related to Sally Neon and Empty Throne, starting with Sally Neon
true
himself.
hand.
Yes, the true Didax hand. So
I will say, speaking with your own cadence and then trying to follow a cadence of something else.
it is voice acting is no easy thing. That is for sure.
There's some clashes.
You're a woman.
Don't worry. We're almost halfway through these.
The Telegram.
Professor Anders, civilian consultant numbers, Spirit of Fire. Date March 29th, 2559. As we continue our campaign against Atriox and the Banished, I continue to discover more about the Foreigner's history and the Ark. Ever since Red Team rescued Isabel, I've been poring over her notes, trying to catch up on as much history as possible. There are so many intertwining stories and revelations that each new piece only throws up more questions, sending me darting down another branch of investigation. I'm trying my best to remain focused, but it's hard not to wander occasionally when something intrigues. However, my passion is tempered with my responsibilities to the rest of my crew, the Bears. Although I am still a civilian here, I've been through too much. Oh, I'm stupid. I've been through too much with these people not to consider the Spirit of Fire home and its crew family. Now I can help them by beating Atriox in a race for knowledge. It's the only way to keep them and me alive.
So this is the version where freaking Anders is from Cali, I guess. Okay. I get to be the Sangheili this time, so I'll have a good time with that. Orda Val Saham, dated to 2559 March 30th.
This may be my last entry. The humans reached the cartographer and by now have no doubt discovered the location of Atriox's reinforcement portals. I admire the humans' courage and skill as warriors. They are just one ship, but fight as fiercely as an entire fleet. If their leader is as shrewd as he has appeared so far, then he will understand the value of the portals, and they must be humans' next target. They're likely already striking out to destroy them. I have been ordered to defend the portals and must report to Decimus. This gives me grave concern. When we first arrived at the cartographer, I was among the Sangheili who were to sweep the area for hostile elements, and as such I was privy to Decimus's movements. He is Atriox's right hand, and pledges loyalty to the Banished. But as I watched him walk among the ancients' halls, I recognized the awe and reverence in his eyes that I once saw among my own clan. I saw that fatal longing, that tragic need to be once more struck dumb and blind by the promise of a wondrous destiny. If we are to succeed, Decimus must purge these old conflicts from his thoughts. A warrior's heart must be certain if he is to survive, as doubt is a surer killer than the sharpest blade.
Anyway, Shane, so the next one is Rise of Atriox 3. So just keeping in mind, S is the guy who is a eunuch.
Decimus is a pretty cool name.
Did I play Halo Wars 2?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're the only ones who
The
have.
like literal brute game, but whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, me and you are the only ones you have. ONI Section 0 board surveillance transcription of internal communications between subjects D and S, May 6, 2553, 1702 hours, full transcript, available upon request. What's the name of the ship? Something pronounceable, I hope? The enduring conviction, sir.
Oh.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. One of you guys can read it. If you want to read it, you can.
No,
I just want to get through it.
It's your turn.
The enduring conviction, sir. A
No
CIS
conviction.
class assault carrier. The conviction and its Singhili commander have been known to us for some time. We've lost quite a few ships to it over the last 4 years. According to our intel, it's the largest ship Atriox controls now. He's amassing quite a fleet. This must be the 9th raid in as many months. Still, he's never gone for something this large before. How did he raise enough troops to capture and then crew a CIS class carrier? We're piecing together what we can, sir. From what we understand, Atriox and a small group of his warlords were captured during a raid on a former Covenant airbase and taken aboard the Enduring Conviction. 12 hours later, Enduring Conviction broke formation and contact with the rest of the fleet it traveled with. The Conviction was hailed, warned, and then fired upon when it ignored orders. The Conviction performed evasive maneuvers, returned fire, and escaped. It was an impressive move, and it's one we've seen before during a battle with the Conviction 2 years ago. Are you implying the commander was still in control? It's possible, sir. It's unclear who's giving orders to these Singhili ships now, and his crew was fiercely loyal. If we knew that, then Atriox would have. What if Atriox planned to be captured by the Conviction so he could get close to the commander and get him to defect? It may have even already been planned, and this was just a cover. An assault carrier and its crew, Atriox has just painted a very large target on his back. He's going to want to lay low for a while, keep track of known Singhili. Let's see if the snowball turns into an avalanche.
And it will. Just so you know.
Ooh, Connor, you get to be a brute.
Yeah. This is Balkaris.
Balkaris.
Whatever it is. Balkaris, Balki.
Attention all
Balkamos.
Ungoy is how it starts.
Attention all Ungoy.
Attention all Ungoy. As captain of this pitless rabble, I have the displeasure of having quarters closed with you whelps.
What a peach.
So my ears are tainted with the very cowardly whisper and the idiotic rumor that is spread among your number. Recently, a poisonous tale has become popular among you little ones. A tale that has resulted in two attempted dissertations.
Wow, two.
Dissertations? This threatens to undermine my authority and is an insult to the name of the banished and Atriox himself. I am here to crush that rumor before it results in any more disobedience. I'm having too much fun with this.
It's so great because it's like this concept of being like the rumor of an enemy warrior. So
kind of sound like Kermit the Frog, just kind of sick.
The rumor of an enemy warrior. So
the rumor of an enemy warrior, so-called the unknown translation, has been said that this unknown translation is responsible for the deaths of our comrades in Ancient Waters treatment structure and the loss of several captives. According to your superstitious fools, the unknown translation single-handedly fought our bravest Jarl Hane before freeing the human captives and then led a path of destruction, leaving not one of our warriors standing.
I'm just picturing a brute doing this.
The worst versions have the unknown translation being unstoppable. It ghosts even the same demon that defeated the Covenant Curs. This ends now. The death of our warriors and loss of captives was due to an accident probably caused by some lazy Ungoy neglecting their duty. From now on, any talk of this phantom, unknown translation, will result in several of you pathetic creatures being hurled to the bottom of the nearest chasm as a warning.
what?
Some warning.
Yeah, I had to breathe. Let that be the end of it. One last thing. The execution of the deserters will happen in 1 hour. All I hear to attack.
That is pretty awesome. I love this. This is fantastic. James, you get to do the Unix.
Oni Section 0, surveillance transcription of internal communications between subjects, DNS, the date, stuff. What are these? Wraith tanks? what's this other vehicle? I don't recognize it. Not as many people would serve those banished wraiths. And the other thing that we're not sure about, some kind of artillery. With the war over, there's an awful lot of material out there for the taking. The Covenant also means Atriox can't stop running. But if the Covenant are God, what's he fighting for? I guess he couldn't be making a bid for Doisac. Brutes don't have a strong leader to stabilize them since the war ended, and that's a good thing. Sir, I don't think so, sir. Throughout the war, he was always about building up his army. He never struck directly against the Covenant unless there was something to gain from it. Never took territory, never made demands or speeches. He kept as low as he could, a small target. Now his targets have become more focused, less hit and runs than strategic than surgical strikes. And he's still recruiting. Even some of the Let Go Low are joining him, as well as more ex-Covenant who don't want to stop fighting. The Covenant was never the target. They were just convenient suppliers. It's just getting started.
Yes, and also I think there's going to be a gorilla.
Oh, that hurt my throat.
Is it a charcoal gorilla or a propane gorilla? Okay. Professor Ellen Anders talking about the chrysalis on the Spirit of Fire, dated to March 30th, 2559. I've been examining data pulled from the Amber Lake and cross-referencing it against Isabel's information banks on the Forerunners. I couldn't help but draw a parallel with the amber that fossilized long-dead species on Earth. Except on Earth, those biological relics were preserved where they fell. Here, despite all appearances, everything has been constructed and planned. The Ark is a part of the larger plan spun by the librarian, and the UNESCO archives say that this was a plan for humanity. New Mombasa was the first city to have an orbital elevator, but also the site of the portal that first led to the Ark. Was this all part of the library's plans? Could she have manipulated our evolution just so that we could discover the portal?
That's all I heard there.
If we're to be these reclaimers, as so often claimed, does that mean that we are predestined to follow a set path, or are we merely being guided to assume a greater role in the universe? On one hand, it is thrilling that we may be finally uncovering the great questions as to why we are here, but it also scares me. It feels like we're preserved specimens under the surface of an amber lake observed by some great unknown eye. I need to get back to work, but I have to come back when I have time. If we have time, get back to it, Ellen. You're just mad that I'm so good at that.
I'm not just disturbed. A little too good.
Not that hard.
Tyrannus, Jarlhan Agar.
Oh, you get to be a brute.
Transcription of audio report ending conviction date December 7th, 2558.
See, the part says brute, but all I'm going to hear is Shane.
Captain. How, God, I'm trying to like drop my voice and get it to scratch and like
just do this and talk like
it sounds like I just smoked a pack a day.
Just think about how he was doing it.
How much longer must we put up with these Sangheli mercenaries? They're as haughty as their kind ever.
Okay, don't praise him. just pretend
I was going to go until you started clapping. Despite how they have debased themselves for Atriox. True, their ship is impressive. When I think of the punishment we dealt with humans.
I just never tried.
We dealt to the humans' pitiful outposts. Great peals of laughter burst from my lips. How they ran like tiny insects, hopelessly lost and panicked as if we poured boiling water into their dirty little nest. Yes, we burned that place, of course. Many of the Ungoi under our command were obliterated as well. But you cannot have a feast without breaking bones. Our soldiers knew the risk, and we were willing to die for our goal and the Ungoi. Well, they are merely fodder, willing to hurl themselves to their deaths as long as there is someone to command them to do so. Not so with these pompous Sangheli. They declined our invitations to celebrate the destruction of the humans' outpost. It is untrustworthy to have mercenaries be so squeamish. War is not about honor, but about who climbs out of the pit alive at the end. The end of the Covenant has freed our race, but it seems to have imprisoned theirs. That is all. My shift is over. I must go now to find some ungoys to beat for sport.
Bro's got to get over it.
Find some ungoy.
I feel like I could have been better, but my throat is still a little cracky.
What I was trying to tell you is it tastes like Pepsi with Smarties dissolved.
Yeah, what I was
have-
saying was it has Pepsi Zero.
That is not Pepsi Zero. Maybe it's SodaStream Pepsi Zero, but
I mean, it's just syrup and carbonation mixed together. It's not going to taste exactly like it is out of the can.
I wanted to try it too.
It tastes like Pepsi. To me.
Yeah.
I've lost my spot.
caught me off guard.
Your Rise of Atriox 5
Foundry.
Under the Dark.
What was the whole page called again?
What? Phoenix Logs?
Yeah.
How did you do that?
I was just kind of twirling my phone around in my fingers.
No, what would you
Phoenix
do that?
Logs. We're so very close to the end. We're like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away from being done. Just 5, and we're all done. When you get it pulled up Under the Dark,
Main campaign, right?
yes. Because we're not going to worry about the freaking Operation Spearbreaker and Awakening the Nightmare ones. Because that's even more stuff to read. And if people like this, if they find this funny, then we'll do this for terminals or something. What was it, Connor?
Which one was I on?
Under the Dark, Rise of Atriox 5. It's towards the bottom.
I need a movie series called that.
Halo list. Too far. Yep. Oh, there it is.
It says Under the Dark. That's all you need to see.
Yes,
was too
that's the
dark.
one. You're going to be doing your guys, and also in the middle there is saying Healy. Starting with the quote.
Wait, someone start reading already?
No, go.
Read.
Just say, play it back to me.
I was gonna go.
Don't read the stupid info. We don't need it.
I want to read.
Read. Oh my God.
Play it back to me. Let me hear what we got. You wish to know about Atriox and his banished? The Covenant's little dirty secret? The Jarl Hane they could not control? When I joined the Covenant, I was young and easily led. Even back then, he had already passed into legends and whispers. A monstrous savage who railed against those who would show us the way to the great journey. What a fool I was. I was there when they tried to execute him. Many have said the same, but I speak the truth. His crime was to question the great journey, to question the prophets as they sent wave after wave of his kind to die. With each battle, he became harder, his descent louder, until the Covenant had to silence him. He was to be executed for heresy, for bringing shame upon the Covenant and doubt to weak-willed minds. I was working some menial task when they brought him in. Bloodied and fresh from the fight, he showed no fear. It was as if there was too much rage inside him for any other emotion. As the executor brought down his blade, Atriox rose. Killing his would be killer? Or- The other brutes fell upon the rest of the guards. Such savagery.
Oh yeah, killing his would-be killer.
Yeah. Killing his... Stop. Let me read. Years later, I heard Atriox had engaged the services of the Enduring Conviction. I wonder... Can't think of the prophet. I wonder if the war would have ended sooner had he not led the Covenant. Or would it still be raging? I say this, do not underestimate him. I know you humans. There is honor in you. But there's equally deceit, and I know how you nurture your plots. If you try and harness his power, he will burn you. Atriox works for no one. He may not be the Covenant, but he is not your tool. That was all we can get. Out of the saying Healy, sir. He wouldn't say any more without us answering some uncomfortable questions, so we let him go.
Okay.
Enduring Conviction battle reports.
I wonder.
You don't need to read the incoming parts. Just these are updates from the battle.
We have spotted a small human vehicle force on the northern spire near the ruined human settlement.
No sign of a larger strike force, but all banished forces in the area should be ready to mobilize in the event of a larger human assault.
Okay.
So these are all different people?
You could assume.
Humans routed from the area. Many dead. One of their demons immobilized. The other missing, presumed dead. We have secured prisoners for interrogation and sport. The humans launch surprises all against Jeshua.
Okay, I can't read normal like a jackal. That's hard.
That was crazy. Half 80 if I've ever heard it.
Against Decimus' salvage operation. Superior numbers force Decimus to return to base. Decimus has been ordered to report to Atriox immediately. All banished outposts are to be on the alert for further human assaults. Supplies or deliveries along the northern spire. Supply lines have slowed significantly. Rumors delivery outposts have been lost to human forces. Temporary reroute of emergency supplies underway. We have also reports of several communication blackouts at one of our settlements. Seems to be a small second force operating independently of the main enemy force. Reinforcements and doubles eradicate the problem.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Cartographer lost to the enemy. It is believed that humans managed to uncover information from Decimus's base, and the location of portals controls how compromise. Decimus reassigned to protect likely portal targets.
Loss of captives to the guerrilla force. No survivors, but garbled reports from the Ungoy forces of a unknown translation. Rumors of this unknown translation are unsettling to the Ungoy forces, and there have been several desertions. Suggest deserters are executed as an example, and anyone spreading rumors of the unknown translation are punished.
That's where Connor came in.
Reinforcements of outer portals underway. Enduring Conviction has been ordered to engage the human ship directly. Although Enduring Conviction's shield is under assault from the enemy ground cannon, all local banished forces to mobilize and neutralize the enemy immediately. The Huragok on board assures us that the cannon is little threat to the hull of Enduring Conviction, but losing our shield could leave us open to other attacks.
Enduring Conviction has lost all shields. All available Huragok to be assigned to repair duty immediately. No sign of orbital counterattack. Assault against the Spirit of Fire continues.
Alert! We have been...
I haven't been allowed to do a brute voice the whole night. Can I replace D's voice with a brute?
No.
But it'd be really funny with his first line.
Okay, just the first line.
Okay.
This is our best running gag.
Okay. Rise of Atriox 6, the final chapter of this, and then it's on to one last one, finished by Shane.
Sir, it's me. We've lost him. He's completely disappeared.
You can drop the sir. I'm not your boss anymore. Remember, I take it I know which him we're talking about.
Every one of my sources say the trail has gone cold. Those that are still answering my calls anyway. Without owning channels at my disposal, the only people talking are those who owe me favors.
They don't need us now. Their war's over. Forget about it.
God, S is Cobblestone Daily.
Forget it? Atriox has assembled an army somewhere out there. We still don't know what he's after.
I've got connections on Doysack, and he's become
I looked away and looked down, and the first word I looked at was Doysack as you said it.
And he's become a symbol to the Jerohane. A new leader to rally around. While we've been fighting the Covenant, he's been growing and gathering his forces. The last time we heard from him, he had captured a whole host of Huragok. Forerunner engineers. You know what those things can do?
You reminded me. At first, it was like it reminded me like the first time you guys. It was like sketch, and then it slowly transitioned into the shrimp from Shark Tale. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? That's what it sounds like. It sounds like the shrimp from Shark Tale.
The entire time he's reading in that voice, I just see him. Touching his fingers together and his thumbs pointed up.
Oh my god.
Listen, I stopped caring when they cut me out. They pulled me up on a few shady deals after what they did with the Spartan 2s. Hypocrites. They asked
Hypocrites.
They ask you to get your hands dirty and then they're too good to shake your hand. The only reason I'm not in some detention station is the stuff I have on them. So let them find out about Atriox in their own time. Don't call here again. We're done. Brother, worst Oni agent, but probably most on topic Oni agent ever to just let Atriox be a thing. Anyway, Shane, would you like to finish us out with Last Stand Beyond the Edge?
Absolutely.
You're James Cutter.
Oh yeah.
Channel him, man.
Captain. I honestly forget. Like,
This is how.
Once again, I say goodbye to a call.
I'm gonna have to play Halo Wars again. Both of them.
I'm down to play
both
with
of
you.
them. No, absolutely.
Both of them.
I have the modded Halo Wars too as well. Captain J. What in the? That scared me. I thought you were about to Tom Brady that. Looks like you picked it up, dropped it back. I'm like, oh my god.
Honestly, I got to the point where I'm like, please throw it. Please don't just.
Captain James Cutter, Spirit of Fire, date 4/02/2559. Once again, I say goodbye to a colleague and friend. The new Halo installation has disappeared through the slip space portal, far out of reach of Atriox's hands. But it took Professor Anders with it. I know the professor will be okay. Her intelligence and her resourcefulness will see her.
Sorry, the intelligence after the California girl voice. It's just funny.
It's funny because she's still speaking intelligent, but
her intelligence and her resourcefulness will see her safely back to her lab in no time. But I will miss her, and our family is a little smaller without her. But there is plenty to keep us occupied here. The portal to Earth is still closed, and as far as I'm concerned, it should remain so until we fully evaluate the threat of the banished posed to it. However, I have ordered Isabel to start investigating the portal's controls in the event that we need to open or close it again in the future. The Ark is our new home for now, and the banished threat is too great to leave it unguarded until we establish contact with UNSC forces back home. For now, Atriox seems to be licking his wounds, but we know he still has forces active in the darkest corners of the Ark, and it won't be long before he mobilizes them once again. This time we'll be ready for him. Yes, I have said goodbye to another friend, and we are again cut off from the rest of humanity. But this time it's different. We know the Covenant War has been won and a new future awaits us back home. Perhaps our families as well. For now, we have a new purpose, something to fight for, and we'll do it together on our new home.
We did it!
We did the reading.
Halo.
Gentlemen, that was fun. If you guys want more of that, because there's like 4 more categories of those, terminals exclusive. Just let us know if you want that. Just tell us. Just go into the Discord.
This is absolutely insufferable. Please don't tell us; it'll hurt our feelings.
Yes, or you could also tell. It'd be kind of funny if you insult us. I'm just saying, some insults are really funny and creative.
Or you could send a text and give us something to read.
Yes, indeed, you could do that
with little letters saying it's our turn.
And now, with all that being said, I actually forgot entirely what I was. Oh, right. One thing I wanted to talk about, just a quick, brief conversation before we head over into our Patreon Q&A and all of that stuff. I still wish the Banished was a small, like, pirate force instead of it being like, oh, we actually have a fleet that can combat that of the Covenant. It was a lot cooler when they were just exclusively on the Ark. I'm out of range, dude. I'm good. No, it's fine. So that's all I'm saying. Am I alone in this? With like Banished should have been small. James,
we've talked about this many times. we've talked about this many a time.
I know, it's just reinforced my brain.
I like small Banished. I don't like big force in the universe Banished.
I don't think they even planned for it when they were making Halo Wars 2. Doesn't seem like it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I just cracked my fingers, man.
You sound like you broke your hand.
it was all right. You ready for this one? I can get that one.
It's the
because like even my cracking is like not even.
It's the infection form moving Connor's.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
I can on occasion I can do my hip.
That's hilarious. any final notes on these logs, my friends? Did you have fun with this, or was this actually one of the worst episodes you've ever seen?
No, it was fun. It was a lot of reading, but it turned fun.
I've not laughed harder than this episode. Just hearing Connor and you come up. Why'd you spank his ass? Whoa!
I had a couple hee-hees and a couple ha-has.
A few hoo-hoos.
Few hoo-hoos were had.
Yes.
And a knee slapper.
Well, my friends, if you enjoyed this episode, then please let us know, because maybe we'll do a Terminals thing to finish out the rest of them, but otherwise, we're not going to do this again. So I hope you enjoyed that. We'll be kicking off next week with Mantic Games. They're going to be coming on and talking about Halo Flashpoint with us. So stay tuned for that. It'll be a really fun time. If you have any questions for them in particular, please drop them into the Let's Talk Halo chat on the Discord, or if you're a Patreon, drop it into the Patreon general chat. And we'll see the questions there. I'll also ping the Patreon in the guest questions channel specifically when we get closer to the event, so that you guys can have some questions submitted in for anyone who is a tabletop aficionado, maybe. Or if you're just curious about the background workings of collaborations that happen between companies. But otherwise, my friends, JumperScape.com if you want to get connected in with the audience. There's a lot of places to look around. There's lots of Discord stuff. There's ways to support us, and every bit of support goes towards making sure that this show stays alive. So if you were laughing with us, help the laughs continue. That's all I'm saying. If you want to get yourself some nice little energy that keeps us afloat, especially me, it's very helpful, and I will rock it till I die. Even if we lose the code entirely, I will still be getting this product. Glitch Energy, spelled with a Y. Go to glitchenergy.com and enter the code Connor141, spelled
CONNOR141.
in order to get yourself a nice little discount and also support us and get us closer to having our own little custom flavor, maybe. Who knows?
We want a jumper soda.
I think a lot more than just us want that. There's people talking about it a lot.
Help.
My friends, thank you so much for joining us this week, and we will see you next week with Mantic Games and Halo Flashpoint. Also join us for the Patreon segment here in like 5 seconds. Welcome back to the Patreon and Q&A.
Yeah.
Here at the library. Is that a good way to...
It's time to lock in.
Spooky. I don't know.
All right, so we're going to kick it off nicely with the Patreon. This time it's actually working. Perfect timing.
That's good to know.
Perfect timing.
Wait, it's not worked?
It wasn't working for a bit there.
What happened?
It was just not organizing them properly.
Yeah, Austin's the master of Patreon and knows all the comings and goings of their office, so he knows exactly why it wasn't working.
They have not been here, right?
No, James is right.
We got this wise guy over here.
We got 80 members. Can we get to 100?
100 would be cool.
It would be.
Spread the word.
Be a nice.
If that means
even
20
number.
of you make another account for $1.
I'd buy that for $1.
I'd buy that for $1.
Anyway, kicking it off, as always, Jacob Adlam, Scion Esports, It's Default 456, Dark Salad 42, Austin Edwards, Boomerang, Connor Hates the Brutes and the Grabhammer.
Absurd. Who speaks this?
Balderdash.
Who speaks these lies?
Dick Cheney.
Yeah.
Bush.
Oh, it's good to clear that out.
It was Dick Cheney. Bush. Dick Cheney Bush.
Bus.
See, Bus.
Let's not talk about Dick Cheney Bush.
You get the Dick and Dick Hammer Bush. I'm like, it's pretty exciting. And then you throw Cheney at me.
He's been throwing something after that.
He has, and I'm sure he's just enjoying me just pausing and thinking about what to do.
Yeah, probably.
I'm sure he loves watching it.
Hounds of Meath, my nuts hurt.
Classic.
What is it? Nega Ashton, who is taller than Nega James? I don't know what.
What did he say?
Nega. I don't know what is that. A
Nega
reference?
Scott.
Nega Scott. He's actually a really chill guy. We're gonna get lunch later. I don't know what it's a reference to. It's a reference to something. I'm sure.
I think it's just like evil. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know.
It's short for negative. Like
yeah. I don't. Who's taller than?
I guess maybe it's us, but opposite heights.
Maybe. Spartan Dave, Cool Blazer, Jerome with a chair, Spartan Wilco G156.
What is he doing with the chair?
There's a canon comic where Jerome fights off the flood off of the Spirit of Fire with a chair. That's why there's a joke that goes around rather often of here comes Jerome with the steel chair. Stably unstable, unholy god, Connor Clark, Dapper Dame, don't be a get glitch.
I like that.
Connor 141 at checkout.
Spelled CONNOR 141.
Dylan, festive clover cookies, James's disapproving Sangheli father-in-law. John Dowsett, lactating gator, lactating milk MT, Nighthawk 2552, warm apples. Was I supposed to not? Okay, I get it. I'll hold off. I'll go back to you.
Rewind.
The Lactation of Mercy, Thomas Lane, Sky Cairo, Clutch, Durandal, Eva, Flyboy5 for James O'Malley. My name is Austin. Perfect Lactation, Random's Feed, Sangheli side boob.
I hate it here.
Oh, man.
Jade Communications, Slapnut, Smitty, Werman, Jaegerman, Jensen, Zealot of Lactation, Tika Vatamai, a gently sucked on chili dog.
I don't like that one.
Am Superfly, Aussie ODST, better not have beef with the chief. Damian Groth, Darren, Doc JPEG, Feral Raccoon, Kef Gotalad, Laughing Sam. Make sure to check out Chatternet with Theater Mode's Halo 3 ODST animation special that released not today. That was last week. Meme Lord, Moss Actual, Nega Shane reads all the books.
Real.
Nega Shane is actually funny and doesn't get bull-womped.
All right. Well, Austin, you're gonna have to find someone else to do
Which
my
button is
Chatternet
it?
episode later.
It's the blue one, bottom right, or no, yellow
Go
one,
get it,
bottom left
Connor.
corner.
If you push that button, I'm going home. And you also have to find a new
Yellow
voice
bottom
actor, and I'm
left
not doing
corner.
my Chatternet episode. If you do it,
Womp.
all right. Well, Austin, you have to take care of Unlock the
No,
Mode
I
later.
don't want to, dude. I don't want to.
I don't care.
I wasn't even my. What was I supposed to do? Stop him?
Not tell him which button it is.
That's true. I did do that.
You literally told him what button it was.
Octagonal Cheese, Pity 104, The Chaplain, Tyler. I can't keep up with this.
Cheese.
Apple, I don't want to laugh for. It's way too late to do Christmas things. Claude Spark 5970. Congrats, you've all lost the game.
What?
Darn.
What game?
The game.
You just lost the game.
We all did. We all did. Connor, put your phone away. Fish Dough, Garrus Vicarian, Halo the Guy. Yeah, I didn't call that one. Hugh Janus, Iskariki, Rekal, Huli, Matt Jeremy, Papa Emeritus V, Sergeant Johnson Stick in the Communal Rock, Schnoogans, The Redacted, Spartan Alex 30, Spartan MA5K, UNSC Accuracy by Volume, and last but never least, Warm Apple Swouse featuring Nighthawk 2552, Warm Apple Swouse Jr.
They thought they had me lacking. They can't catch me lacking. I thought I had my phone out. It's in my pocket.
So, gents, we're actually coming up on the end of the Q&A so far because folks, we've done good at keeping up with
Ask us more questions.
So, with that being said, 5 or 10 today?
5. This episode's already like almost 2 hours.
We need to.
People love it.
We need to slow down with the questions.
You
guys need to speed up.
All right. So, question first from Nighthawk 2552 from December 4th. Okay, I just found the podcast on Monday, and I literally finished episode 16 and listening to episode 17 while I'm typing this out. But Austin, you said you haven't read the New Blood or Bad Blood books. I did a quick scan of all the titles of the rest of the episodes, and I didn't see anything that I thought would be related to those books. So I'd love to know if y'all have done something on it, or if y'all are planning to, because I think they would make for a fantastic episode or two. And they really do a fantastic job of explaining Buck's story and ties into the Rookie and Veronica and a few others. So basically, my question is, are y'all considering making an episode for those books?
Oh God, he's only on episode 16. He's not going to hear the answer for like a while.
I don't even exist to this man yet.
No.
Yeah, you don't.
He's asking you guys. Like, I'm not in this question.
We touched on him.
I mean, we're probably
did we not?
We talked to
Matt Forbeck?
Yeah.
He doesn't know that.
Yeah, he'll find out eventually.
I know, but that's the answer.
He'll
Well,
find
he
out.
said he did a quick skim. He's like, I couldn't find anything related.
This question could have been before that episode.
Yeah. Well,
Is that possible? What time?
No,
when was this?
he's saying he looked ahead and said he didn't see anything like related to that, to the books. So I
Imagine
mean, if he
trying
did a
to
skim, he
find-
should have seen it, unless he just completely missed it.
Imagine just trying to find a small answer within the hours and hours.
No, 100%. He definitely just missed it. He'll catch it
Yeah.
at some point. He's like, I made a quick skim and I didn't see anything related to it. So he definitely just missed it, which that's fine. He'll find it eventually. He'll be pleasantly surprised one day.
Very surprised. By around episode 30.
Lactating Johnson asks,
I
if
think-
Tartarus and Atriox got into a fist fight,
Atriox.
who would win?
Atriox.
Atriox.
Bro's got that Thanos gauntlet. Bro's not losing.
I'm uncertain.
Here's the thing. If we're talking just fists, like no weapons, and I would consider the gauntlet a weapon.
Isn't that also
I'm still
just
going
his freaking-
Atriox.
I was gonna say, isn't that just his
Well,
arm?
would this also be time accurate? Because if Tartarus was alive, then Atriox wouldn't have power armor yet. He's still tough, but maybe he wouldn't have beaten a prime Tartarus who killed his own uncle brutally.
Well, his uncle could have been like a geriatric.
He's not. He's really not.
Atriox final answer.
Maccabeus was beastly.
Atriox final answer.
It's just Tartarus was a little bit more unrelenting. Yeah. So, Connor, you get the final verdict on this.
I'm going to go Atriox.
Wow. Okay. So,
I just like Atriox.
Flyboy Pfeiffer asks, name the best video game companion, like Lydia from Skyrim, Dogmeat from Fallout, some pet that was particularly useful in World of Warcraft, or the robot guy in Ratchet and Clank, that kind of thing.
Wait, what was the question?
Name the best video game companion, like Lydia from Skyrim,
God.
Dogmeat from Fallout, some pet that was particularly useful in World of Warcraft, or the robot guy from Ratchet and Clank. That
I'm
kind of
going.
the robot
Wait,
guy.
you
from
mean
Ratchet and
Clank?
What? Yeah, what the- I just like pissed off my inner childhood. The robot guy from Ratchet and Clank.
I wonder which one is
The dog,
robot.
the dog Riley from the hit game Call of Duty Ghosts. Just kidding.
BT.
I'm gonna
Titanfall.
Fish. Move out of the way
Ooh.
when you get close to them.
I have one.
He has one.
Oh God, what's his name? So everyone else go while I remember his name.
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna go with my most memorable meat thief from Borderlands 2. It's a monkey, but I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of awful. This monkey was a horrible companion, but it just leaves you sitting there screaming at your screen. Damn it, meat thief! God, meat thief, come on! You stupid monkey, come on, revive me! Meat thief!
I've got to play the Borderlands games.
I remember now.
It just has you screaming the funniest things.
Flood from Super Mario Sunshine, the little nozzle guy who does the.
I have never played these games.
That's a damn shame.
The backpack? Yeah. Okay.
He could talk. He was a robot.
I forgot about that.
named Clank.
I only played that game. See, I only played Mario Sunshine at the dentist's.
Hell yeah.
That's an awesome dentist.
Mario Sunshine is the best Mario game. I don't care what anyone says.
Oh, I think I might have played it Giant Eagle.
I loved Galaxy. Galaxy was nice. Shane, what's your favorite?
Oh, did you not hear mine?
Nope.
BT.
No.
Oh, hey, that's actually not a bad one.
That's
Yeah.
a good one. That's a good one.
I was going to go for a similar one that starts with a B and has two letters, BD1. From
Ooh, I do like
Fallen
BD1.
Order and Survivor. I freaking love him. I attached to him so tight. And then he helped me defeat Dark Lord Vidor.
My runner-up is definitely my horse from RDR2.
That would work. Yeah.
Yeah, I went through multiple.
Yeah. Wouldn't you agree, James?
It's okay. I have a new horse. His name's Mug Root Beer. Her name, my mistake.
Her name.
And so then when the horse gets down, you go, no, root beer,
I was like, oh, well, at least if this horse dies, I can be like, no, root beer.
I'm literally, when James was streaming RDR2 the other night. It was like 3. I watched him till about 3 in the morning. I just sat there with food and a drink. I was just basically a drill sergeant in James's ear watching him play RDR2.
It was really fun watching you play. I'm not going to lie.
It's a continued hobby. You should tune in.
It's because
fun.
There's nothing funnier to me than when you just rammed your horse full force into a building.
Yeah.
My Arthur is funny because he has
Your
the
Arthur
worst
is socially awkward.
I've stepped on 10 snakes.
He'll just be
I run over rabbits on my horse all the time. I accidentally draw my gun at Lawman.
A bird. I land right on the pathway in front of him, and he's going just full force, straight ahead. And you'll hear the horse whinny, and he'll be like, "Oh, what was that?" And then meanwhile, on the back of the map, you'll just see little paw prints where dead animals are. I'm like, bro, you're running over all the wildlife and critters
with the horse.
Damn it! You'll see his horse will like stop and whinny because there's a snake, and you'll hear a snake hiss, and James will just be like, "What is that?" And then he'll just go forward, and you'll just hear dun, dun, dun.
My favorite part is we'll be mid conversation, like he'll hit a bird. We'll have like another second or two of conversation, and then we're just like, "You just did that." You just ran over a bird.
It's a
with your
good time.
horse.
Those of you in the Discord, if you want me to go into a channel and you can watch for yourselves, as long as none of you spoil the game for me.
I would just mute anyone that's not me. I really would.
All right, next up,
This has me excited for streaming in the future.
it's soon, near future. I'm going to start hopefully streaming this month. Actually,
Okay.
get back to it. I'm thinking I might take back my Lasso Halo Twitch account just because I already have things set up there. So why not? Herpes the Unicorn asks,
All right.
do you think a new game where you play as Johnson during the opening days of the war would be
Yes.
good?
Yes.
Wait, we've any spin-offs, we can't stress it enough. If there's a spin-off or a concept for a spin-off, we are all for it because we're content starved.
Yes.
We're in an abusive relationship with Halo
It's
Studios.
really, it's neglectful by this point.
Yeah, no, it's not
That's
even
not
abusive.
a fun question. Could you get another one?
Ethan Hunt asks, who'd win in a fight, Bugs Bunny or the entirety of the UNSC? Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny.
He can break the laws of reality.
Toon Force is an unbelievable force.
Now, I'm just saying, though.
Can you imagine
just go
Bugs
watch
Bunny
Who
with a
Framed
big
Roger
cartoon double barrel just one tapping the chief and going, yeah.
Popeye would be able to take out Bugs, though. Popeye has shut off the universe, and he was the only one left.
I can see that.
Last question comes from the Peachy Lion asking, can Connor explain to me all of the Halo lore? Take all the time you need.
I'm going home. I'll see you guys in a month.
This is the end of an episode. We don't got enough time.
No, Connor, give me just a starter paragraph of like how you would start this story.
You'll wake up. That's as far as I'm getting.
Are you talking about from the perspective of Master Chief or just the lore of the?
Not Master Chief. That's what it starts as.
Okay,
I'm not wrong.
you wake up.
I mean,
I'll wake up.
I got one thing right. I'm going to leave it at that.
he wakes up.
He wakes up.
All right, very cool.
What a mean question. Screw that.
Join us in the Terminals After Show. We have something fun that ended up happening. Our new team member, Kyle, made a script for me to read, and it's going to be apparently cursed. I have no idea what the contents contain.
Someone lost in fantasy.
Oh gosh, I'm not
You need
looking
to
forward
try
to
it. You're going to read it as earnestly as you can, right?
Yes, I'm going to read it as seriously as possible with a straight face. I'll probably be too good at it, so you guys are going to have to laugh for me. So, friends, if you want to tune in for that, go to Terminals on Spotify. It is connected to our Patreon, so all you need to do is just subscribe at least $1. You'll have access to Terminals. Lots of really fun extra content happening on there, because it's not just us doing this show. We've done an episode while we were at the airport. We've done an episode while we were playing Helldivers. It's just how it is. So tune in for that. Otherwise, JumperScape.com for all of your needs connecting to the community or supporting us directly. And otherwise, we will see you next week once again for Mantic Games talking about Halo Flashpoint. See you then.
The library was produced and published by JumperScape Audio. Funding was provided by our fantastic patrons on Patreon. If you enjoy the show and wish to support JumperScape's future projects or get some sweet benefits, join our Patreon at patreon.com/JumperScape or become part of this truly special community at discord.gg/JumperScape. Thank you for your listenership, and we hope you enjoyed.